in the Bay Area, slang is really conducive to even just like groups of friends and like cliques, and it's very slang oriented.
Kai Sap is good. That's one that my friend Scotty P and I made up. Can I have a sip? Kai Sap.
We do this weird thing where we put Y's at the beginning.
People's J names for
words,
some reason?
Yeah.
Words and people's names. Like our friend James, we call him Yang.
Call him a yank sometimes even.
Yake, yeah.
We don't even know why we do that.
Why? We don't know why. I was walking down this alleyway kind of thing, and it was in the financial district, and there was a man sitting on it was like a turned over shopping cart, and he had a giant book, and he was flipping through the pages. It was like a giant Bible, marking them and flipping them, and he was a giant man. He was this big. He was flipping through the pages, marking them, and I just remember it was the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I remember being on tour, and I think about this probably once a month, where we were like, Jake, where we asked Jake, what would be the best name for a tough guy, like New York style hardcore band? And he just goes, Fight Me. which is the right answer. Cross the line.
That was a Bay Area band.
Was a Bay Area band. That's like Set It Straight.
Oh yeah, Harry's
Time
band.
for Living.
Yo, how about Far From Breaking? That's
Far From Breaking.
Oh, I love those
Yeah.
guys. Love
It's
those guys.
always
the
three.
Texans.
It's always 3 words.
Yeah.
I think with bands like, like Cold Cave or Fucked Up, or, have kind of cracked a lot of stuff wide open, where it's a lot more acceptable now to kind of do things that are different, that are outside of the general guidelines of like a traditional hardcore. I think the further hardcore gets away from punk, the more close-minded it gets. And I think that there are subsets of hardcore that have nothing to do with punk rock and nothing to do with that mentality. And, they're just essentially jocks who like loud music.
I just think of Wayne's World when he's got the hand, he's hammering the hand, and he says,
Garth.
Yeah, Garth.
Yeah.
He goes, change. We fear change.
Yeah, I used to be in a hardcore band. Me and a few of my friends made it. It was called Dr. Doctor. I was the lead vocalist.